What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Today. Located inside Rider Excursion at the Esplanade Mall, we handle both small and large orders with speed and precision. For fast, quality t-shirt printing, call Instaprint at 473-422-1011. Get your perfect print today at Instaprint. Printing done in an instant.
Yeah. Riders, welcome to the ride. Welcome to Monday on the ride. Yeah. Whoa. Nice, beautiful Monday. Guys, we're still in a heat wave here in New York, right? And let me tell you something. I always love summer. But that summer is summering too much. Too much summer, man. Too much summer. It's too hot. So if you guys in the Caribbean right now, I envy all you because all you don't have it hot like how we have it in the tea. I could guarantee you that. Please bring back winter. Right? Yes. Guys, you got to be thankful as you get up and it's a beautiful day outside, whether it's hot or cold. I guess you got to be thankful. Yes? Thank you so much. All right, guys, so I want everybody to follow us because today we're going to have a conversation with a true friend. A friend of mine. And they say a friend in need is a friend indeed. This man has been there for me and the riders. He's been there as a media colleague. And right after Beryl, guys, I kid you not, during the whole storm, the hurricane passing through Carriacou, Petit Martinique, and the Grenadines Island, there wasn't anybody I was worried about, not worried about in particular, but concerned and thinking about how he's gonna stand up in all these, hurricane and storm than Kim the King. No, let me tell you about Kim the King. Kim the King probably is one of the best-hearted person you could ever find. That Kim the King have a heart of gold, right? He owns a supermarket there in Carriacou. And oftentimes, I could call Kim the King at any point and say, Kim, I have a family that we're doing a promotion to. Let it come and get some groceries and stuff by you. And Kim has never told me no yet. That man never told me no yet in my life. So when this hurricane started and I was watching the map and as he passed through, I was worried about how this supermarket, he has a radio station, and he also have a housing complex where a hotel, like, you could say, of sorts right there. So he has a complex, and this is a true friend. He is a media colleague, again, as I said, and today I wanna hear his story, right? Surviving the unthinkable, surviving Hurricane Beryl, and what kind of devastation that he sustained and what he needs to get back up at 100%. And I already pledged my support. And let's hear his story. Guys. So join me and welcome in. Today we tried to get his video on, but we had problems because of, internet just started coming back in Carriacou and it wasn't strong enough to bring him on video. So we decided to bring him on anyway, but this time on audio. So let's welcome, guys. Give me a nice welcome to my friend, Kim, the King, Vybz. Kim, how are you, my friend?
Not bad, Junior. What's up? Tell me. You said so much about me, Never realized that, I was that kind of person. But thanks for the comments. It's nice to hear things coming from people like you too, because, you have been working together with me and the rest of the community for a long, long time and making contributions wherever you can. So, I would just say, well, welcome to the club.
Yeah, let me tell you, Kim. Everybody a little bit disappointed because they wanted to see you. And we tried, but again, everything just started to come up. The internet just started to come up, and the power, everything just started to come back in Carriacou where you are. And so we had a little bit of, the internet connectivity wasn't all of that as yet, so we could not have bring it in on video. But people disappointed because they really wanted to see you. But soon enough. So they got to listen and close their eyes and meditate. Yeah?
Okay, we could do that.
Yeah, they got to close their eyes and meditate and hear your voice.
Everybody knows. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm speaking live. Yeah.
Yes. So Kim, let us start. I really want to hear your story, my brother, about surviving the unthinkable, this brutal storm that passed through Carriacou. Tell us your story, Kim. Just tell us your story of when it started and what you observed, what you witnessed, and what you saw.
Well, you used the word there, Junior, and you said unthinkable.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's very appropriate. It's appropriate because no one could ever think of something of the nature. I've been through reading about hurricanes, and hearing people's experience about hurricanes, listening to stories about hurricanes and everything like that. But you still can't think as to what it's like.
Right.
Until you really experience it.
Yes.
And that's when you do what unthinkable, I think it's very appropriate because I could never, and most people could ever think of anything of the nature going through it. I think, especially this time. But it was really rough. Because we heard about the hurricane. We've been following all the time, and we know the normal path of hurricanes when they start on the West Africa coast coming across, and they normally will start around maybe 8 to 10 degrees thereabout, and they're coming across. But because of the rotation of the earth, they normally swing upward.
Right.
So they're coming from the east, and you expect they'll go maybe northeast. And then by the time they get to our area, they're way above us, maybe some other islands crossing. And most times they'll be into our area as a wave, a tropical wave.
Yes.
And then turn into a tropical storm, depression, whatever. And this is what we were thinking all the time. But we were wrong in our thinking because the trackers were telling us that it was heading in our direction. It was staying on course. And it was developing. But we're still not thinking that it would be something to be worried about because we've gone through hurricanes already. And I remember in 2004 with Ivan, we went through that. But Emily was just less than a year later. We went through that. And it's like normal to have this kind of weather, disturbance, whatever, you prepare. And then you just get ready for when it passes, and then you come back out and say, okay, fine, everything okay.
Right.
But just think of a hurricane of the nature. Just imagine that.
Wow.
So preparation was there, but like I've been saying from the longest while, you can't really prepare for something as burial. I don't see that really happening because it was just something else. Something else meaning we never experienced that, and you couldn't imagine the storm, the wind, the winds. Couldn't imagine that. We just couldn't imagine that. Right. But we went through it. Yeah.
Yeah. We're still fighting up a bit with the audio, right? But we're trying our best, and hopefully it stays like that, because I really want to hear your first-hand recollection of what happened. I know I spoke to you, Kim. The last time we spoke was about earlier in that day when I was asking you about the cameras and the feed and stuff like that. And you said, yeah, man, you have the cameras and you have, you know, different angles and stuff like that. When did you realize or recognize that, yo, things is going to be bad? Things going to be real bad?
Well, it was late evening because remember we spoke there. And when I was looking at the tracking, the path of the hurricane, and it was even getting, you know, the wind speeds were increasing.
Right.
I got concerned. I got concerned around that time. I really, really got more concerned at that time that we were going to get a big blow, but not again thinking of what we experienced.
Right.
But I says this one looking serious. This one looking serious. Really, really serious. So what I did, I started doing a lot of coverage on radio, alerting people to be aware. It's looking bad. It's not looking good. It's definitely going to hit us according to what the experts are telling us. So prepare yourself.
Right.
That was it. So we went into big preparation to prepare for that. But when we were preparing, though, we were preparing for water. Everybody talking about flood, whatever. So get sandbags, whatever, and things like that. So we went out there getting sandbags, trying to block areas we think, you know, might be to flooding, but not expecting that we are going to be getting wind instead of rain.
Yes.
And that was a big surprise. Yeah. So I remember being on air for all evening. I was on air all evening, taking calls, bringing up the updates from NADMA. They had their press conference, you know, the Prime Minister and his colleagues and everybody was there, you know, talking over and over. And, you know, every half an hour we replaying the stories. So if you missed it, you're going to hear it again, updates coming and things like that. And that was going through the evening. And everybody says, well, according to the experts, you're going to experience those wind force around maybe after midnight, 2 a.m. thereabout.
Yeah.
So we went to sleep, you know. Say, well, you know, when we wake up next morning, we expect to get some little turbulence or maybe it may wake us in the early hours of the morning.
Right.
But it didn't.
It didn't. And that was a blessing in disguise, Kim. That, I believe, was a blessing in disguise that it didn't happen overnight.
Well, you're quite right about that, because I'll tell you, we could not have survived as we did under these conditions at nighttime. No way. No way. No way. Because the thing about it is that, as you say, we're blessed in the day, we were able to navigate to a certain extent where we could go, or when you could move, or what was. Don't forget, there's flying debris in the sky, in the air.
Yes.
And in nighttime you wouldn't see them, but daytime you might be able to be able to spot something.
Yes. Yes.
And that was a blessing. That was a blessing.
Yes.
But still, we woke up the morning, realizing, well, hey, the thing I passed again. What happened? I went back to track, bring up some updates from NADMA and them, and they said, well, about 10 o'clock this morning. So we said, okay, well, it is daytime. We're ready now. We're ready now because we are awake. So we sleep last night. So now prepare yourself. But again, preparation I'm talking about, not for what we experience. Preparation for rain and water.
Right.
And thunder and lightning. But I don't even think I heard a thunder roll. I'll be honest with you. I don't even think I heard that.
Wow. So at what point? Yeah. So say about let's go this timestamp. So about 9:30 p.m. day off. I'm suspecting that a little bit of rain and stuff started to fall. Give us a timestamp from about 9. What you experienced, because you was on air as well, right? Giving all the updates.
I was on air. As a matter of fact, I went on there since 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And I was there, did the updates, and around 7:30, when I got a call from the manager of Grand Lake, and he said to me that one of the feeders was down. So people didn't have didn't have electricity on I think it was the East Feed at the time.
Uh-huh.
I said, okay. And then I got another call later on and said that the North Feeder was out.
Uh-huh.
But I was still on air. I was still on air at the time. So I'm telling people whatever, and they said to me, listen, when your feeder go out, because we they said, that's it. We're not going to be doing any repairs. Don't call us, whatever. So I'm letting people know, if you lost electricity, don't worry. Don't call Grand Lake because they're aware of it.
Right.
So, after the storm, then they're going to do the necessary repairs and give back the electricity.
Right.
But then, when I got a call that it was getting kind of windy outside, so I stepped out of the studio to see, what they're talking about, because I want to be. And then when I went up, I see it now. The place changed. Everything was different. This is not Caracol, because the kind of window was seen outside there already, and that was just around 9 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So just around 9:15, we lost power.
Wow.
So I say, that's it. Go down sharp. That's it. And get inside now to bunker down. But then 9:35, because I watch the time, I started hearing noise now outside. So when I looked outside now, I realized it's like garbage cans are moving, trees are bowing, everything is taking place now. This is something coming. No. But still again, not realizing the impact it would have.
Yeah. Kim, stick a pin right there. Let me just give a...
But deadlock. If you could monitor time, develop.
Yeah, stick a pin right there, Kim. Stick a pin right. The audio is getting a little bit more fuzzy. Let me just update the audience here. Guys, we're listening to, of course, Kim the King, a veteran broadcaster in Carriacou who witnessed and was there witnessing the unthinkable, the storm. You're not hearing him as clear as we would like to because internet connectivity is not at its best in Carriacou, and you could expect that they just went through a major storm, right? So where he's at, the internet connectivity is not as good. Hence the reason why we don't have him on video. It wasn't strong enough to come through on video, but he's right now on audio on the phone, and it's still not as best as we would like it to be, but we're fighting up. Let's put it like that. We're fighting up. So if you guys could peel your ears a bit, we encourage you to do so because we really want to hear Kim's recollection of what happened, all right? Yeah, Kim, so about 9:35.
Yeah, that was it. That was the arrival. I call it the arrival. And by the way, I'm in the town of Hillsborough. So, but then I was hearing stories now that in the eastern part, which was the Windward area, the Biala area, the Mount Pleasant area, that real storm force winds. But I said, that's expected of the show. So, but believe me, I was fooled by that because within another less than 20 minutes, the town of Hillsborough and the rest of the areas there started to get the real stuff.
Wow!
Just around almost 10 o'clock. And when we talk about real stuff, we're not talking about winds like 100 miles an hour. That's petty. 150 miles joke you're making. I believe, honestly, that we experience winds gusts maybe as close to 200 or maybe even more. Because the destruction and the speed. Now, we speak about wind, and you might hear people sometimes saying, they see the wind? Well, believe me, believe stories, I saw the wind. Right? Are you still hearing me? Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, because the wind was coming with a mist. Okay? So you could see this white mist passing by 100 plus miles an hour. So just going by you. If you're in a position where you're sheltered, and it was daytime, so you could look outside, but your looking outside is limited because of you have to protect yourself as much as possible. And visibility is not as good at that time either, but you could see things flying and everything like that. And it was raging. That went on for about a good hour, at least. Because when I looked at the time when the eye, we were in the middle of the eye now, because remember, the eye passed directly over Carriacou.
Yes.
Pitimatnik.
Yes.
So we were in the middle of the eye, and that was just around 11 o'clock. Everything calmed down. So people started coming out on the streets. I remember, we close to the police station. The police came out and said, listen, get back into safe place because it's not over yet. The worst is yet to come.
Yes.
People not listening. Brilliant sunshine, George. Now you read about it. Like I say, I read about hurricanes. I listen to stories, and they speak about being in the eye of the hurricane, and they're saying when the eye pass, it's very calm, sunshine. Well, that is true.
Yeah.
Because it was like a midday in the town where we were. Everything nice, calm, birds flying around, people looking to see what damage, whatever. And I remember looking at some properties. I say, this thing ain't do nothing much. All right, nice. Okay, so we good.
Right.
That's what you're thinking, we good. But hold on, we didn't realize we weren't good. Because when the second part came, and the winds changed direction. Now, in the beginning, it was from the north. So we're getting the wind from the north, and everything going sort of south. When the wind changed and it came from the south now, that was it.
So
was it.
Kim, how long did was that calm, that eye passing over Carriacou, how long did that last for?
It lasts for about a half an hour. Mm-hmm. About a half an hour, because when I looked at the time, it was 11 when everything started to calm down, and then around 11:30, a little past 11:30, when I realized things started to change back, I said, "Watch inside, time to go in." So maybe at 35 minutes there about that calm that we spoke about. That was it. When we were, So and then it started picking up again.
You said so calm that it looks like a sunny day, a regular sunny day in Carriacou, blue skies and everything.
Yes, really. You read about it, but to experience it is something else. It was just like a regular day when you're going out, maybe to the beach, or just very, very calm, very, very calm. Sunshine came out. I remember watching the birds flying around and stuff like that. And I remember reading about those things where birds usually follow hurricanes and they don't get they fly inside the eye. And I remember hearing stories like that, but never experienced it. But it was nice. Everybody else, they were glad that they were able to come out now and thinking it was over. Some people thought it was over.
Right.
But we knew because of the tracking that the eye was going to be over the Carriacou, the Grenadines. So we were very cautious, not to go far. If you come outside, check to see what damage there is or whatever. And at that time in my property held up nicely during the first session. But when the second one came, it came with vexation. And he said, this is it. If you survive the first, well, let me see how well you're going to do with the second. And believe me, Junior, everything started to move here, there, and every rock, and whatever the case might be. Buildings, galvanized flying, everything. Oh boy, it's something else. You can't imagine that. Nobody could walk in that. You can't stand in that. All you have to do is just pull a shelter and just stay in a corner and wherever you could shelter, because house roofs start going. I would imagine them time, because that's when mine went in the second half. People under beds. Yeah, I mean, really, you have to go under bed because Junior is not laughable, it's just an experience that it's unthinkable, really.
Yeah. And
you have to try to shield wherever you can, and hope that it over. But the second one, although it was a little longer, it seemed like it was double because you just experienced the first half.
Yeah.
And now this one come again, and it's like you're still thinking of the first one as a continuation into the second one. You say, well, all this hurricane staying long, and really, it lasted for about the second half lasted for just about under 2 hours.
Under 2 hours.
Under 2 hours, because we started around 11:35. I remember, and around 1:20 thereabout, because I was marking on time. Around 1:20, 1:25, the winds died down into a little bit of light drizzle, and then every now and then you're going to get a little bit of a gust, but not anything to be worried about. You just hear the wind, passing and stuff like that, and it was under 2 hours. The second half was under 2 hours.
Wow!
And that finished just around before 2 o'clock.
So Kim,
and then
let me map.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, finish your thought.
No, that's when people come out now and realize, well, it's over now. So let them try to see what they could, see what damage, whatever. And that was the shocker. That was the shocker, because you realize now that the first part wasn't that bad and not much was done, and the second part just rumbled and destroyed everything in its path.
Yeah.
Everything in its path.
Yeah.
Anything.
Kim, so I know your area. You're right there next to the police station. You're coming up in that little road there by the tennis court, and you're right in that corner there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There is a big building in front of you, right? When you looked out and you saw that building, was that when you recognized that things are really bad, or what made you see that this was a devastating hit? What was the first thing you saw that just woke up to that reality?
Well, the first thing I saw, that woke up to the reality, when I looked at a neighbor right behind me, and I saw the roof gone, and I saw one of the sheets of galvanized from my building, which is about 24 feet long. The sheets are very long because the building is big. Wrapped around that building like it was giving it a hug. You know what I mean? A nice hug, like a bear hug.
Wow.
I said, Lord of mercy. I says, oh no. So I'm scared to watch even more now, so I decided to walk to the front now. And then when I walked to the front, I realized the streets were all covered with galvanized here, there, everywhere, buildings across from me, as roofs gone, and you start seeing now, you start looking up, I see shops, like the area too. When I look up there, I see some of the shops and all thing in the road.
The shop itself,
entire building. Yes. The entire thing just moving the road and just flatten itself.
Wow.
On two, 3, 4 of them. Yeah. And then when you look up the hill now, no leaves on the trees. Every tree is leafless. So you could see little tracks, you could see any little thing through the bush there now, nobody can hide. And galvanized on some wraparound trees and in tree branches and wherever they lodge themselves finally when the wind died down, whatever. That's all they were saying. You couldn't drive. There was no, you couldn't, although your vehicle, then I started inspecting my vehicles. I see windscreen gone, this gone. Then I look at my building. Oh my gosh, no roof. You look at the doors, no doors, everything that's blown in. Oh boy, it's really something else. I've never seen anything like that.
So
this is an experience.
Where did you decide to bunker down during the hurricane? Where were you? Because I know how your building is situated. Were you in the top area? And were there anybody up there?
No. Yes, as a matter of fact, my hotel was filled with gas.
Wow.
Because people come, because they came by me for shelter. So, in other words, when I see people coming by me for shelter, I know, well, my place is pretty secure.
Yeah.
And it's rude to do that. People think that your place is that secure that they don't want you to accommodate them for the night.
Right. And of course, worst case scenario, they could always eat in the supermarket. Hey, the bunker down.
Yeah,
you have the best place. You are the best place to
well, I said so.
Yeah.
So I made space for everybody. But listen, but the safest place for me was in the studio, the radio station.
Aha.
Because because in there, as you know it there, surrounded by walls,
Yeah.
wall top, wall flooring and everything like that there. And that's it. And then even the walkway and everything like that there is a nice passage for the wind to just pass.
Yes.
Just drive past and go about the business.
Yes. Yes.
So that was one of my lookout points. By opening and seeing through the steel gate, I'm seeing what's happening to a certain extent because I mean visibility is limited. So
Yeah.
that's where you could maybe see something. But that was the safest place for me. I bunkered down there and rallied it out there. But surprisingly, when it was finished now, I was expecting and I was talking to people. So that time we didn't see the damage yet, I say after the hurricane, everything come back to normal. We're gonna go on air. Because you're looking forward to going there to do reports and stuff like that. No. When I saw telephone poles all around me broken, some of the telephone poles hanging, half of it hanging on the wires. Oh my God, you couldn't believe that. I just said that's it. We're gonna be in for a long haul in recovery.
Yes.
And then started walking around now to see the tongue of Hillsborough. Well, walking was limited because of the all the trees, the buildings in the road, everything like that, galvanized, crossing here and there, whatever. And you realize, well, that's it. We say tongue mash up. Tongue good again.
So tell us about what happened to the guest that was in your hotel upstairs.
Well, believe me, after the first session, I saw them, and they were okay and everything like that. But the second section, after the second section passed, I didn't see nobody. I didn't know where to go. Really? I mean, somebody asked me already, well, what happened to these people? I said, they just gone. I don't know where they went. I have no idea. Wow. Everybody was displaced. Imagine that. Because you see, the thing about it is that during that last period, and maybe it was so bad, but I know maybe it was bad, and they find some other place to shelter. They just disappeared, and everybody was by themselves because you can try in a time like that to face those windows there to try to see if you could get people out and assist people and things like that. It's too dangerous. So wherever you are, wherever you found a little place to hide, just stay there, rally it out. If it's under a bed, under a table, or whatever means, if it's in a vehicle, you think it's safe inside of there, lie down, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You have to just rally it out until it's finished.
But Kim, I'm trying to ask the same question that Kibbs is asking. The storm was coming in at 150, 160. You said you felt it was as much as 200 miles per hour. Where could they have possibly gone to in this time, especially in the second half? Did they run across the street over by Ariza? Where did you speak to them after and find what happened? Where they went to?
Well, I saw one after. And he says to me that he went under the bed. Oh. Under the bed. One of them told me they went under the bed. Another one said to me that they found themselves. They went into a bathroom. I think it was or something. Yeah, because it was the wind wasn't coming as strong there because the doors had blown open and the windows were gone. So the wind was just passing. Right. So. That was another shelter, but things like that. But everybody just find a little cozy place to just shelter because you can't face it. It's impossible.
Yes.
And you can't do nothing much in the wind.
Yeah, but, exactly.
But sometimes.
Go ahead.
But sometimes there might be a little bit of a break, slight break. Yeah. Maybe like about. less than a minute break, whatever, you might find it eased up a little bit, you know.
Yes.
So if you experience that and you could make a quick run, but you gotta make a quick run.
But the question is,
Then you might be able to
run
move from
where?
context.
Run where? Because every time I hear stories about this storm, I had Rena Mills on, I had other folks from Carrick. Every time I hear stories about this storm, it seems like if everyone in Carrick was somehow protected by something. Like God is a kayak. Because listen, I heard a story about Dover Government School, right? And moments before the 40-foot container landed on top of Dover Government School, that was a shelter. That people was in that shelter. And the container flattened that school, done, finished. But people was out just in the nick of time. And they was on the other side there. It seems like
they went into the
in the
library.
nick of time.
Well, you see again, like I said, you know, that's why we say God was watching over us, because He gave us the storm during the day.
Yes.
And as you just mentioned, in that case, with the container, because the school was a shelter, and they were in the school. But what they realized is that it was falling apart. So So they decided, now listen, this thing ain't looking so good now. So let's move into the library.
Right.
And I understand they move into the library. By the time they move into the library, the school got worse, whatever, and the container, that 40-foot container, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, I tried to see if I could measure the distance where the container was from where it was and the school. And I averaged it to be about maybe, say, 2,000 feet.
The container came from about 2,000 feet away from the school?
Yeah, about that, because when I try to measure the distance where it was there, and my average is running about there. It's running about that. Maybe it could be a little bit less, but the distance I'm telling you now, it's not like from hopping over from one side of the street to the other side of the street. Now, my question about the container, because people were wondering where the container come out, whose container is this? But then we were able to find out the owner, and then we realized where it came from.
Right.
And how could a container, that's what I said, there's no way you could really prepare for something like this. How could a container travel that distance to end up on a school? Hundreds of yards away? You're joking. That container, somebody said to me, they believed the container was like a matchbox in the sky, flying around until it landed. It must have been because it didn't tumble over, it didn't roll over. The distance is too much for it to roll because so many trees and whatever. I'm just saying. But when it got to the school, how it get on top of the rubber?
That's miraculous to me, Kim. And from when you told me how far that container came from, your estimation from the distance, it is even more miraculous, because the fact that two very miraculous things about this, there were people inside of that school moments before the container landed on top of the school.
Right.
And that container came from wherever it came from. It didn't roll along the street because he would have been blocked, probably would have been stopped by a tree on the way down or something. Something probably would have obstructed that. So as you said, it was like a matchbox in the sky, just flying all over the sky like so.
It must have been because there's so many trees in its path. If you take like a straight line,
yes,
and you realize there's a lot of trees in its path. If it was, I believe it came straight.
I know the area very well.
What is it?
And I can't understand it either. I can't understand it either. So when people said that it was 140 miles per hour wind, I'm hastened to agree. It can't be, because I even asked that to my storm chasing friend, WX Chasing, and they said, listen, we know high wind. I've been in high wind situation. And this was not 140 miles per hour wind. This was more like 200, 210. When he told me that, he said, listen to me. I know I know hurricane. This was not 150, 40, 130 miles per hour. This was more like a very high category 5 hurricane from their
Well,
perception.
yeah, no, he's right about that because I'm seeing. I said it already, and I had a friend who said they were clocking, and they clock in 190s, and I said maybe they didn't clock the 200 plus. I said that to my buddy. I said you didn't clock the 200 plus, man, because still this is more than that, because that kind of a push, that wind that came across there, it 140, you could run in that.
Right.
As far we had 140s already, so now the regular Ivan and them guys was just around maybe a 140 thereabout, and we walked through that. When I say walk through it, you're able to move from building to building, and things like that. But this was not that the case. Wherever you were, you better go down there and hope for the best. Yes. Because you couldn't move during it. This thing was too strong.
Yes.
And the entire island was devastated. Peter Matnick flattened.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was saying to me today. Somebody said to me today. They say, in Union Island, three houses survive. So a friend of mine who was standing there when they were talking about this, they say, well, they do better than Peter Matnick, because Peter Matnick is only one.
Wow. Just to give you guys an idea, Hurricane Janet was packing winds of 175 miles per hour, right? Hurricane Gilbert that hit Jamaica, turned 19 today in Jamaica, 1988, September 12th. That was about 125 miles per hour winds. And we're looking at this, which was said to be a category 4 at 130, 150, within that range. That's what's on record. But it felt more like 200 or 150, high 190 going up that road up there. So just to give you guys an idea of the wind, and it can't even compare. I mean, you can't compare it to even Ivan, because Ivan was never as strong as this. So just imagine, guys, what Carriacou faced. And Carriacou is a small island. I know Carriacou. I know Kaz may have a shop, an icicle board shop, not too far from you there. I know that there are a lot of people who have like little board up, houses and shops and stuff like that. It's not like the majority of people in Carriacou have big wall houses. And even those big wall houses didn't fare well either. A lot of them new ones got damaged as well.
Well, not a lot, the majority of them too. Because let me tell you something. Even like the area very well, you're right in town here.
Yeah.
The Anglican Church.
Uh-huh.
The Anglican Church now, that church been there for all these years. And what I always admire about the church is that we have this mahogany type roof, and all this, antiques and stuff like that. Really nice. The church, church just in. So when I went by the church, I didn't see the top of the church. The inside, the entire roof, all the lumber and everything like that was used for the roof, galvanized, whatever they used there, everything disappeared.
Wow.
Disappeared.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, almost every building in town, like the Drupa, flatten out.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of shops right around there. Everything is just one flat rubble.
Yeah.
One flat rubble. And as you're going down the block, you could just say, and we have a word in Carriacou, which I didn't realize that everybody was using the word. When you ask, well, what happened to this building? Gone. Well, what happened to that one? Gone. When it's gone means disappeared.
Yeah.
The gone doesn't mean no, you're leaving and you're going someplace. Gone means disappeared. This gone. Oh, that gone, man. Yeah,
It's gone.
Just like that. They're gone.
Wow.
And all over the Bossejou area devastated. But I believe the Windward area suffered a lot more, even because of the sea.
Yes.
Because when I heard that There were waves maybe 15, 20 feet high, crossed the roads, and ended up in people's basements, houses, filling it up and stuff like that. You realize, that they because of the wind, the sea right there, they suffered a lot of water damage too. Besides they had the wind because the impact of it moving off the sea into land. Yeah, because that time is raging even more.
Yes.
And the entire eastern part of the island anyway. Everywhere got hit. Everywhere. All the boats. You see this boat, Junior, you can imagine, maybe see pictures. But big boats flat across the road.
I saw the pictures.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
There was one boat that people were making a joke out of it, It's maybe about 40 feet long, maybe 30 to 40 feet. Anyway, massive, big. Anyway, and they were building the boat. The boat was being docked apparently, and it was heading out to sea because the bow, faces the sea. But when the hurricane come and it brought it on the land and brought it across the road, the bow was facing inland.
Mm-hmm.
So they say, listen, it's going in the direction of how a boat's supposed to travel.
Right.
It's not. He didn't lift it or bring it backwards. He turned it around and heading for land now. Oh, I mean, really. It's an experience. We went through it, but I wouldn't believe me. I wouldn't like to go to an experience of that again.
Nah, I could only imagine.
And if you're here in hurricane now, those of us who went through this one, you'll be scared.
Yes.
And you'll be scared like crazy. And preparation, you're going to make as much as you can, but for a category of hurricane that we just had, there was no way to prepare for that. There's no way to prepare for that.
Yeah.
You can't prepare for that. For 200.
There was no way that you could have prepared. So let's look at your damages now, Kim. Let's come back to your damages now. Your roof on the top of your building, the hotel at the top, they're gone, right? You have a shop. You have a shop at the bottom. What happened to the shop? The supermarket.
Oh well, what happened? What happened when the roof went? The rains came and filled up the rooms upstairs. So now wherever water finds its way, it's going to come down.
Come down. Oh.
Right, because water is something else. Wherever they find a little space, they're going to come through.
Yes.
And the water started coming down. But besides that, the wind now decided, or I would say Beryl decided, that wasn't fast enough. So it blew the main entrance glass door with the gates. It blew it right inside. It came off. The entire thing came off. Blew that right inside and landed on some of the registers because they're very close to the door. Smashed. And then the wind now found its way easier to get into the supermarket.
Yes.
So you could imagine now. You could imagine what it started to do with the food stuff inside of there. Everything flying off shelf, thing rocking here, bottles falling, brick in here, this, that, ceilings coming down. Boy, when I went inside of there, I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe supermarket gone. And what I ended up doing after we clean up, I decided, look, it doesn't make sense trying to see if we could salvage and put things back together, whatever, because people are going to need food.
Mm-hmm.
I said, listen, give it away. I gave away the entire supermarket.
Wow.
People just fill bags up to Friday gone. And with the last giveaway we had was from 9 o'clock in the morning to about 1 o'clock, because we do it about 4 hours. And all day, every day, we've just been putting tables of food outside because sometimes you don't want them to come inside and create any kind of, too much chaos,
Right.
So you put stuff out and let people just take, you give them bags, let them take, whatever. And that went on for a few days well. until last Friday when I decided, okay, well, we're going to make the last one now. And we allowed them to come in now. They came in orderly and let them fill the bag and then go out orderly. Don't stay too long because there's long lines outside.
Right.
And you know what made me feel? You know what made me feel good? Right after we were finished, we got some of the heaviest rains for about 2 to 3 hours we never had. And I said, you know, that's approval from the man up there. He says, blessings on you.
Blessings, yes.
Because blessings. I felt good at that moment because I said, look at that. We always talk about showers of blessings, but we get in the showers now. Yeah. And we just give the blessings out there. So it's approved. Yeah. But that's what happened to the supermarket. That wouldn't be, in my view, the supermarket, if all goes well, should be back before the end of the year.
Nice.
Because a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do.
So
and it's not going to be done because
upstairs is hollowed out?
Yeah, well, right now, as a matter of fact, that's closed down until further notice.
Right. But because the rain came in and you say it fill up the whole top, so I mean it's just like a few walls standing.
Well, some of the walls are standing, but the thing about it is that when you see they have this wind that was forced against them and the water, you see a lot of hairline cracks and things like that in some of them, you know.
Oh yes.
So definitely now. Yeah. So definitely now you need to overhaul these things properly because you don't want to create any kind of injuries to people or things of the nature. So that's what I have to do. But the first thing we have to do is put the roof back on.
Right.
And the problem in Karaku right now is that contractors' houses were destroyed. Their families' houses were destroyed.
Yeah.
So they would have to give preference to themselves and to their families. And so now people outside the box, say like me, would have to find and source workers from someplace else.
Yeah.
So we're thinking of getting workers from mainland Grenada.
Yes.
But here it is. If you bring them to Karaku, where they go sleep, where you putting them?
That's the other problem.
Because that's another problem.
That's the other problem.
So that's it. So now you're stuck again because now you could bring in people and maybe try to get. That's why I said, my estimation would take a few months before I get my supermarket going back again.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is the reason you would take that long is because you have to source workers. And then the second part of it now, everybody's looking for materials.
Yes.
No, I don't think the supply in Karaku catered for that. Grenada ain't catered for that.
Yeah, true.
So now there's going to be a rush on materials now. So we expect now that, first come, first serve, who have money and who have funds available might be able to grab what they grab early and maybe, get back on the feet as soon as possible. But that's going to be another problem. Wow. Housing and materials available. It's terrible. We've never seen anything like this. And believe me, I hope not in my lifetime again to be going through this. But the thing about it is that we survive, we give thanks, and we have a story to tell. That's it. You just have a story to tell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kim, listen. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. See, if you come to Karaku right now, as I around the people, give them some encouragement, say, we're looking good, we're coming back. Yeah, man. Things like that, get that kind of comments. For the first time, I realized I was able to drive most part through the town and through some of the areas, village areas there, without things in the road, because the roads are being cleared up now.
Right.
And we have some teams and people coming to Karaku, and I see them brooms sweeping the streets. Imagine that. So, streets, this morning look nice and clean.
Yeah.
Except for the rubbles on the side.
Yeah.
And what they're doing now is they're using the recreation ground to bring all the galvanized and all this, rubbish. Use that as a dumping ground.
Right.
And then it will be sorted out. I understand that there's a team here from Trinidad that's going to be taking a lot of this metal back to, to recycle and stuff like that. So, but in any case, they just want to get these things out of the way right now, so we could have some movements, some sense of normalcy coming back,
Yes. Kim, how has the recovery been? I know it just has been about 12, 13 days or so. How has the recovery been from your observation?
Well, people realizing that life goes on. And they have to get going. And in my view, so far, the people are cooperating with one another, and they're trying their best to move forward as quick as possible. And believe me, the enthusiasm and the excitement, the anxiety and everything in people now, the adrenaline that's flowing is to prove to the world that we could build back better.
Yes.
And so far, what I'm seeing, I mean, I'm very happy with what I'm seeing, but I don't think the speed at which we go in there, if we continue, it's gonna be record time.
Yeah.
Wow. Because stores are already open. Some of the supermarkets, that were not badly damaged are open.
Yes.
And quite in Hillsborough and also in Haverville, you have them. Then you have the electricity. Those guys from Grand Lake, they're doing a real good job. And I just mentioned Grand Lake, I want to commend the team that we have in Carriacou in particular. I'll tell you why. They take a lot of pride. They take a lot of pride. And interest. Yes. And they are capable, and they're able, and they are proven to the people that we are capable, we are able, we could do it. The only problem is there's so much work to be done that they need assistance out there.
Yes.
But so far in the town of Hillsborough, if you see what they're doing and how quick they're doing it and how professional and these guys are working in the rain. I saw them yesterday, a couple of days ago, the day when I was getting back my electricity, because they tried to make me one of the priorities because of the essential right here.
Yeah.
And they walked through the rain. They walked through the rain and they said, "Boss, you're going to have power back tonight." And they walked through the evening in the rain and whatever, because I thought this was raining. And by 10 o'clock, I saw my lights came on. I said, "Give thanks. These guys really deserve a round of applause." And the entire team. And this is the kind of spirit that we have. Even in the clinics and the hospitals and things like that, where they're trying to make people comfortable and stuff like that. Listen, you couldn't ask for anything better.
Yes.
But like I said, it's a process. We were not prepared for it, so there was no preparation that we done. The only thing is, though, like I'm saying, is that sometimes people want to see a quick fix to everything.
Yeah.
But based on what has transpired there's no quick fix. And sometimes a quick fix might be the worst fix, because you're not going to get value for money. You're not going to get what you really need in case of another emergency of the nature. So I think we should take our time in rebuilding. But the people are in Carriacou, Peter Matnick, they're ready to rebuild. They're ready to show the world that we're strong, we're resilient, and we could do it again and even do it better.
Yeah. And that note, I want to say thanks to Guyana and Trinidad. I saw that Guyana sent a boatloads of items to Carriacou. I got to thank the President Ifranali from Guyana for just reaching out, all right, and doing so much. They say a 90-page ledger of things that came into Carriacou, a lot of building materials, and of course, NAGMA is doing their best, I believe, in terms of getting people food adequately. And not only in Carriacou. I know at the beginning phase, there was reports of a little bit hiccups here and there, but from the reports that I'm getting, things have started a while ago now. There is a system in place, And if there's anyone that you know may not be getting food or supplies or water, what have you, please contact even us or NAGMA and ensure that everyone gets food, right? In addition, how is PT Martinique, Kim? How is PT Martinique? We can't forget PT Martinique and the recovery. How they doing?
Well, PT Martinique, I've been getting stories of the PT Martinique, and they're doing well, just like Caracou.
Right.
They're trying their best to get back on the feet again. But when I saw them celebrating in a little video of the return of electricity on the island, I said, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. They're celebrating because the crew up there was able to maybe power up some of the buildings, the main buildings right in the, well, not really a town, but you know, right with the entrance, the docks and stuff like that. That area, the playing field area and everything like that. And I saw lights up there and things like that coming around now. And I understand they do it very well. And they are trying their best. The disadvantage that they have, as in terms of Caracou, is that materials have to come from Caracou to go to PT Martinique.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then one of the boats that we had here, which is the Dolly Sea, which was the boat that used to operate and do that service, right now is still anchored down in the lagoon down there. Apparently the wind sort of like moved it and landed it on maybe some sandbanks or whatever, I don't know.
Wow.
But it's still there. And I understand a lot of damage has been done there. But so now we only have even just like one boat operating from Grenada, which is the Turtle Bay Express.
Yes.
But I know in time to come, we're gonna have a lot of assistance going up to PT Martinique in terms of lumber and everything like that. But food, you mentioned the word food,
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something. There is no shortage of food in Caracou and PT Martinique.
Okay.
Not at all. Everybody got food. There's so much food. A guy was bragging to me. He said, listen, man, I have food so much that I get from NADMA. It could last me 2 months.
Oh, nice.
Because people are getting food.
Okay.
The food is going out there, and they have some dedicated workers to the way they're doing it on the ports. And every day, sometimes they're making up about 1,000 hampers, 700 hampers, and whatever, and distributing to the center. And the way it's organized now. In the beginning, it was a little bit chaotic. I could tell you that because you never really, you put a system in place, but you never really test the system to this extreme.
Right.
And it's nice operation now.
Okay.
And most people could get stuff, whatever,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, we have been playing our part here. A lot of people said, Junior, you're not in Caracou yet. I did a guesstimation. I have a team in Grenada, and they have been going back and forth. Walker and the right team have been mobilizing and assisting in Caracou as best as possible. We had a team, workers from RIDE, who's also been to PT Martinique in addition. So I had to do a calculation, Kim, on where can my service be rendered most effectively, at least in the first 2 weeks of this. And I think being here and being able to mobilize, like yesterday, I went to New Jersey, and a family, they had a load of stuff, water and this and all such of stuff. I had to go with my van and pick up them stuff and carry it over so those stuff could be mobilized. So I and a lot of people in the diaspora were working over time to ensure that aid goes in. But not only the folks in the diaspora, we have the countries, the donors, people who are logged in and are making those donations. There's a link right here that I put on the screen, which is right here. If you scan that code, you would donate to pay.gov.gd, the official government site where you could make a donation. And that would go directly in helping the people who needs the help. NAGMA could continue to do what they're doing to provide what they could do to people. But Kim, I am concerned right now because people that's watching right along, riders want to know, when would we see Vibe FM back up? What's the plans? And I commit my portion already. I commit to ensure to do whatever I have to do. So when could we expect to hear and see Ride back up on air?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, I mean, it's one thing I want to get back on air as quick as possible, Vybz FM, because as people say, listen, we want to speak for ourselves, and we want people to speak of us. We want to speak for ourselves.
Tell your own story.
And I'm working hard on that. Yeah, we want to tell a story, and you promised to even do something for me, which I really appreciate, and I'm anticipating getting it as soon as possible. I'm holding you on that, okay? And I know you're a man to your words.
Yes.
I could depend on you.
Yes.
But in my estimation, by the end of this week,
Yes.
Vybz should be on air again.
Nice.
Keeping fingers crossed, keeping hope alive, and everything goes okay. I'm really working hard, and I'm having a team too, because what has transpired too, in ensuring that we get what we need. When I remember mentioning we didn't have electricity.
Yes.
By the time I said I didn't have electricity, a generator was sent to me. I said, well, not only the generator, no, we need internet, we need this, we need that.
Yes.
And and everybody's chipping in. But I expect Vybz to be back on within the next week, by the end of this week, hopefully. And people will be able to hear from us directly.
That's
and
great.
Again, I want to tip my hat off to people like you, who in your situation they're anchoring and mobilizing, because everybody can be in the same place.
Exactly.
So we do a part, you do a part there, somebody do a part there. At the end of the day, we all get the work done, and everybody benefits at the end of the day. So which means that where you are, I believe is ideal for now. Stay there, mobilize, organize, and do your part. Once you do your part and you send it through the channels, when it gets to us, we do our part, and the job gets done with no time at all.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So,
Shireen wants to know how is Milton, Coy, and Solio.
Okay, Solio is fine. As a matter of fact, he just landed today in Grenada. He was in New York.
Right. Okay.
He just left because he had pressing things he had to do. He left the Saturday, Beryl passed the Monday. When I spoke to him, in good spirits. The good thing about it, though, is that his buildings, which are so key in Hillsborough, didn't suffer that much damage.
Okay.
And now I'm talking CHS and also the Mermaid Tavern, and now he has played his role in accommodating those visitors, dignitaries, and everything like that who come to the island to see what they can do and to observe whatever the case may be. And he's playing that role there. Even in his absence, it's been done. Nice. He's coming in this evening.
Yes.
And I expect to see him tomorrow.
Yes.
And he came down now. He came down back to place. You see, again, everybody has a role.
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody has a role. So if we all feel our little roles here and there, that's when we come together. That's where we get progress, And that's the situation right there. So absolutely. I know Kai, I spoke to Kai this evening, and all he said to me, say, boss, when do you think we're going to get back there, bro? When do you think we're going to get back there? People want to hear, we want to give the story, we want to do what we normally do on a regular basis. Yeah. And I said to him, keep the fingers crossed. I have guys working, yeah. But he's fine. He lost his home.
Okay.
He lost his home, yeah. But he's in good spirits, and he was the PRO for the for NADMA in Carriacou.
Right.
So during the entire ordeal, he was stationed in NADMA, that EOC building that we have up in Bel Air.
Right.
And managing and coordinating. And he said to me he was scared to go back home to see what happened the next day. because when he saw what happened around where he was there. Yes. He said, I don't think I'm that lucky. And he was right about it. He lost his home, but he's okay. He's all right. So Shireen, Solio is okay. Kai is okay. I'm okay. The Vybz team is okay. And everybody is doing pretty well at this time. So don't worry. You're going to hear us. You're going to see us. Hopefully.
Yes.
Very soon.
Yeah, man. Kim, thank you so much. And I'm happy that you're okay and the whole team is okay. I can't wait to, we're organizing a ride to Carriacou to raise funds. That should be sometime next week, where we're inviting people to come up. We'll bring up the bikes and we'll go into the pockets, into the areas and assist in whatever way deliver stuff that might be to reach in hard to reach areas with vehicles. So we'll get the bikes up there. We'll just get the riders to come in and raise some funds and hand it directly to the people in Carriacou, so they could at least have some cash in their hand to do whatever else they need to do. That's us playing our part, and we'll continue to play our part. Ride Along Live is committed that we understand, because we understand that this is not a sprint, Kim. We're in it for the long haul. This is a marathon.
A marathon.
This is a marathon.
It's a marathon. And I should just mention that, I'll tell you one thing I'm a little bit scared about even as of now, in that the impact of the hurricane now, people are still traumatized to a certain extent. And the real thing didn't hit home as he hit.
Yes.
And this is what, we surviving now, we're glad, greet one another, let's do this together, let's do that together, but it's a long haul,
Yeah.
And the long haul now is what could take its toll on people.
Yes.
And sometimes, they could, get a little bit derailed, off the task and things like that. So this is what I'm concerned about. So the help that you guys are given, the encouragement and everything like that is key. And as you just mentioned, it's not a one-off and it's not a short distance, it's a marathon.
Yes.
So we have to remember that it's not going to be done in a day. Be patient. In time to come, we're going to get there and just work towards your goal and we'll achieve it.
Yeah. And as you said, a lot of psychosocial assistance would be needed for individuals that you're going to wake up. Even to yourself, Kim, I still have to advise you, because I know how it feels to build something for all your life, and then you wake up and then everything that you put everything into, is gone. But you are very strong. You are very, very strong. But I still believe that you yourself need to really, just get assistance coming to that reality, because it is devastating. I cannot imagine getting over it in any short period of time.
No, but you see, the good thing about it is that we have people like you and others, who are around us, talking to us, encouraging us, and giving us that sort of energy. Because sometimes you lose energy, you lose enthusiasm, you just lose it because you feel kind of depressed. But when you hear people supporting you,
yes,
it makes a big difference. And like I said today, when we had that conversation, and you chipped in to assist right away. Yes. You lift my spirit so much, you have no idea. I mean, I felt like I just won the lottery. Because you have people there who care. No, honestly. And I start running my mouth and bragging and say, listen, guys, I just spoke to Junior George, and he's going to do this for us. He's going to do that for us. And look out. I say, look out for us.
It's already ordered, by the way.
Yeah.
With the stuff that we spoke about, it's already
I know
ordered.
that.
So it's safe.
I know that. You're a man to your word.
Yeah.
But don't give Beryl to bring it down. Don't give it to Beryl to bring down here, please.
She might misplace it. Throwing it all over the place. No, Kim, but we're gonna do our part. We're gonna do our part, and we encourage anyone that could help donate in whatever kind of way. Please do so. Right along, we understand that this is a commitment, and we are here for the long-term commitment. Carriacou, we say Carriacou is amazing. Carriacou is a place that I call my home. Carriacou, Kim, whenever I get to Carriacou, the kind of love, I feel like a Kakabawi. I am a Kakabawi. I say, I am a Kakabawi, right? I am. And that love that I get from Carriacou is just like, that acceptance, Kim. There's no other place on earth. There's no other place on earth that I get that kind of love and togetherness and just appreciation from than the people in Carriacou. So I will do whatever I need to do my part to help Carriacou rebuild and rebuild stronger. And Carriacou will rise again.
And I just give you with this last word, as you just mentioned, Kakaberry. We old people always say, Kakaberry.
Yeah, Kakabai for Kakabai. Right? Thank you so much, my brother, and stay safe. We got you. Not just now, but forever. We're here.
All right. Thanks again.
Okay. All right. Thank you, man. Yeah. That's my brother Kim the King. Let me tell you something. Is that true, brother? That is a true brother. They say a friend in need is a friend indeed. We're going to be a friend indeed and all the way through. Kim has helped so many people disseminate information on a daily basis to keep Carriacou, Petit Martinique, and Grenada informed. And we can't let him down. We have to keep him in our prayers, but also whatever we could help, donate in this particular time. Just imagine this. One day, you had almost all that you needed, right? You had your business, you had everything in place. Within a couple of hours, you lost everything. This man had a successful business, many successful businesses. And Beryl almost demolished every single one of them. The radio station, it's safe, his equipment is safe. So from here, all he needs to do is, get back up the transmitters and stuff to go on air. But even before he get on air, which might take a little longer, he's going to be online and giving the information. That's a true brother. All right. So Right Along is committed to helping in whatever way. In fact, we spoke to a few of our, we spoke to someone who basically gave us an estimate as to what it would take to assist Vibe FM to get back up on that internet broadcast. And we're committed to ensuring that Kim is provided with what he needs to start back up and at least start back the process. Because we understand a lot of you guys miss hearing Kim the King, true brother, on the radio. We're going to assist in whatever way we can. And I also reach out to you, the friends, the families that's watching. Please do the same. If you could help in any kind of way, as Kim did, people needed stuff. He opened up his supermarket and said, oh, you just come and take what all you want. Or you just come and take all you want. And if you know Kim Supermarket, they have everything. Kim Supermarket has everything you could think about. And he did it. He opened it up and everyone just came in and took what they needed. So that's a true brother, right? And he would rebuild and we would rebuild stronger. So again, guys, I mentioned earlier that we are planning a ride to Carriacou. It's not a leisure ride. It's not a fun ride. It's not a sightseeing ride. It's us getting on the ground. It's us helping the cleanup process. It's us trying to do what we can. So this particular ride that we're planning with our e-bikes in Carriacou is a fundraiser. All the proceeds will go back to Carriacou, will go back to helping, and we are going and help in the cleanup process. So if you're in Grenada, or you will be in Grenada, and you want to be a part of this ride, we're gonna get the e-bikes up in Carriacou, ride around and get into hard to reach areas. Give us a call, 473-422-1011. That's 473-422-1011. We're going into those areas with e-bikes, guys. We're going into the areas with our ride e-bikes. There are some still hard to reach places. We are gonna deliver food, whatever items that we can with our e-bikes. The e-bikes don't need any gas, so we're riding in. So that's Ride for a Cause, and we head into Petit Martinique and Carriacou. So if you want to be a part of that, we encourage you guys to call our office and sign up to be a part of our Ride Carriacou. Let's ride and help out Carriacou, our brothers and sisters in Carriacou. The last time I was there in Carriacou, we had such a great time. We had such an amazing time. We'll be back. Right Along live. Don't move.
Riders Excursion and Tours weekly e-bike rides. Gather your family and friends for an unforgettable ride through stunning landscapes. Book your adventure today at ridersabike.com or call 473-422-1011. Don't miss out. Let's ride.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick tree, cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sandy Manite.
Pick yourself up with Ride Rent a e-bike today and take advantage of the smartest and coolest way to get around. Rental starting for only $30 per hour and less than $100 EC per day. Zip through traffic, save money, and look awesome doing it. Check us out at the Esplanade Mall today. Visit us online at ridersedbike.com or give us a call at 473-422-1011. Your wallet and the planet will thank you. Ride Rent a e-bike.
Today. Located inside Rider Excursion at the Esplanade Mall, we handle both small and large orders with speed and precision. For fast, quality t-shirt printing, call Instaprint at 473-422-1011. Get your perfect print today at Instaprint. Printing done in an instant.
Yeah. Again, guys, we thank you so much for being a part of our program here on Ride Along Live. We appreciate you. And listen, any little thing you could give, guys, anyhow you could support, it will be appreciated. We have a link right here again, guys, right there. This right here, this link is basically the donation, the official government donation link, right? So you could scan that link right there. It will take you to pay.gov.gd, right? Pay.gov.gd. Let me show you guys how easy it is. Pay.gov.gd. Let me put it up on the screen because it is very, very simple to donate. Let me see if I could give you a little screen view of how this thing works. Pay.gov.gd. Here we go. All right. So when you go to pay.gov.gd, you could click on right here, right there. And it already said Hurricane Beryl relief. And you could put on the behalf of, we donated already, so we were inside the system. So you could say on the behalf and then the total amount, right? You could put any amount, right? It has it in EC and US. So say you're gonna donate 2,000 EC, 2,000 US, sorry. That's 5,300 EC. You click that, you put that amount, and you click continue. You continue, you put your credit card information on there, and just as easy as 1, 2, 3, you just donated to pay.gov.gd. So guys, do it even if you have to give $20. Even if you have to give $20, click that link right there, pay.gov.gd. Thanks to Kim the King. Thanks to everyone that's making a difference in Carriacou, and to help Carriacou and Petit Martinique, they will rebuild and they will rebuild stronger. Guys, if you want to be a part of our Ride Carriacou, we're trying to put this thing together. So let's just get those numbers up. If you're interested, give us a call. We'll tell you the procedures. We end up to Carriacou not on a sightseeing. No, this one is not a sightseeing. This particular ride is to help in the cleanup efforts, and we are donating the funds back to Carriacou and Petit Martinique. All right. So if you want to be a part of this, we're trying to do it this weekend. All right. If we get the numbers where we need it to be, we'll do it this weekend. All right. All right. So the number that you call is 473. Let me put the numbers there so you guys could link it up. It's 473-422-1011. That's it. That's it. Right now, put too much ones. 473-422-1011. All right, that's the number right there. That's the number right there. Call that number and tell them you want to be a part of the ride to Carriacou. We donating and we helping. All right. Also, guys, we have this item in the store. We know that a lot of people was asking about this. We ordered about 20 of these, this solar chargers, right? We ordered about 20 of these solar chargers. And right now, if you want to buy one of those chargers, we have it in the Ride Buy store. And we're sending those down to Carriacou. Now, this is a solar charger for your phone. I know a lot of people in Carriacou, they don't have chargers right now and the phone dead. right? And there's no electricity in certain areas. So this would at least help people charge up the device, and it works with solar. So we already bought like about 20 of those. We're getting it down to Carriacou. But if you want to donate, if you want to buy one or buy two or buy three or buy four, click that link and make that purchase. Even if you want to send it to us or wherever, if you want to send it to yourself and send it on, however. But this is a good item. This is a real good item. You can purchase that item in the Ride By store. It's a solar charger, and it's real good. Top of our item list on Ride By. Also, I got to tell you guys, a new product is coming from Ride. This is our Ride Diamond. It's our Ride Diamond. Now, what is Ride Diamond? I'll tell you. Ride Diamond is our ride share. So basically what we're doing, we're going to be connecting drivers, passengers and drivers. So, you know, sometimes you come, and you guys know about Uber and Lyft, you know about those things. So it's the same concept. You come and you want a taxi, you want a AC bus, you want a SUV to pick you up. Just press that app, and just like that, you have a taxi, AC bus coming to pick you up at your designated location and taking you wherever. Now, this is going to be launched in August, the early part of August. So right now, all that we're doing is we're getting driver information on file. So if you want to drive and be a part of the Ride Diamond drivers, you want to get on that list, because just last week Friday, we put that out. And already we have about 100 and something drivers on file already. So if you want to be a driver, you have an H-class license. If you have a P-class license, there are in some exceptions in where we could get you on board as well. Fill out that form, click that link, and sign up right now. I will tell you, we'll follow up with you and tell you what's the next step. So this is the Ride Diamond. I want you guys to take advantage of it. And our aim is to add hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of employment to folks on the ground in Grenada. This is going to add hundreds of employment, and a lot of people who do this, because you know how Uber, you know how Lyft work. You know, a lot of people make, they make more than their first job. Some people have this as a side job, but they make more than their main job. So it's going to bring a lot of economic benefit to Grenada, and we're looking to make sure everyone take advantage of this. This is going to be a really big venture. A global venture, because it's not only people in Grenada. Of course, if you're in New York or wherever, you could call a taxi for your mother in Grenada or whatever part of Grenada, and you could all do it on the app. So this is going to be really, really, really big when it launches. We're not making the app accessible yet to you guys. We're just telling you guys we want the drivers to sign up. The customer app will be available very, very soon. A lot of nice features, and it will be great. It will be amazing. Now, guys, I think we'll add probably about 12 to 1,500 jobs for people, regular people, right? And making some good income as well. So look out for it. Look out for it. That's coming soon. It's Ride Diamond. Yeah, Ride Diamond. Look out for it, guys. Again, we thank everyone for watching. Thank you for being a part of our program. We appreciate you. We love you. And please continue, guys. Let's support Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique as they go through this terrible, terrible, terrible aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. Peace out. See you tomorrow. Good night.
Pick yourself up with Ride Rent a e-bike today and take advantage of the smartest and coolest way to get around. Rental starting for only $30 per hour and less than $100 EC per day. Zip through traffic, save money, and look awesome doing it. Check us out at the Esplanade Mall today. Visit us online at ridersebike.com or give us a call at 473-422-1011. Your wallet and the planet will thank you. Ride Rent a e-bike.
So before I go, guys, someone just messaged me and they said that what classification of vehicles are we looking for the Ride Diamond? So let me tell you, if you have a truck, right? You have a truck, a cargo truck, right? You could sign up because, of course, people need that service. And we are going to have a special classification for drivers who drive trucks. people need trucks, they may go to the port to clear a barrel or what have you. They would need trucks. So truck is on a class as a classification. Of course, if you need an AC bus, that's also a classification vehicle. If you have a water taxi, guys, you go mall and air, you do all those rides, right? We want to connect passengers to you as well. If you have a small car, Toyota Corolla, what have you, you could also sign up as well, right? If you have a SUV, you could sign up as well. And we are particularly calling on our taxi drivers. We met with a few of the taxi association already, expressed their interest. But if you're a taxi driver, we want to have you on board as well. Please contact us. You could walk into our Esplanade Mall location, give the information there. We could sign you up right there. We'll give you all the information that you need. You get a first-hand look at Ride Diamond. And if you have any questions, you could call, again, our number 473-422-1011. So those are some of the top classification. The mini, the bus, the taxis and tours, the trucks, the AC, and the water taxi. We want to have you guys. You could even get an e-bike on there because, of course, you could get your e-bikes, right? Get your e-bikes on there as well. So it's a list of great products on the app, and that's coming soon. So guys, please sign up as soon as possible, because when we hit a certain threshold of drivers, everybody else will have to go on a long wait list. So we're taking on a first come, first serve basis. So you want to sign up early and get your credentials in. So as soon as everything starts, you will be the first to know. Thank you so much, guys. Peace out. See you guys tomorrow.